So Kieran's just made a really nice discovery here, and this could be something really great. We've got this big pine tree here, but next to it is this a birch tree. When that was snapped, and it, you know, you could say it was natural. When that was snapped, that was very green. That wood is very still, very hard. And that points over here, and just there is another. And that's all twisted at the top up there. And just come and have a look there. That has been twisted and snapped down up there. It's hard to see because of the light. You can just make out the twist there. But that, how that curls and has been bent down, then that pretty much faces this direction. And here, this looks like a very old blind. It's been like leant up against this tree. You know, it's kind of like a lean-to. Some of the fern that have been put up, and they've just been broken and hooked into areas. Some of these fern, you know, these come from down on the ground. They shouldn't be up in the tree like that. And some of these have been bent to fit in, and it's quite interesting. That does make a very lovely kind of blind, especially in the summer, if that was all very full with ferns. So it's quite an interesting discovery. And we've been finding these stones everywhere that are just sitting on top. You know, that's not been sitting there long, but that's what we're finding at the moment. So it's looking quite promising. Yeah, there's a strange kind of stump area in here. So I'll have a little look. You see a deer have been coming through, different deer in these areas. There's a deer print there. You just see the two toes. This is a strange area, just like just a bit of a hill, a circle. Now what we've been looking for today, what we're really focusing on today, is looking for scratch posts. If you can find, you know, posts where big cats have been scratching on them, or bones, this is what we're really focusing on. Hoping to hear a knock. This is where deer have been eating around the bottoms and chewing it out. So we're just coming further and deeper in now, and we've just hit this loggers road, a bit of a loggers road, that we're going to head down. We're getting things broken up. That's a fresh break. That's probably 6.5 feet high. Fresh breaks. If something had come out of this area here, you could probably, you know, nothing's drove down here. There's no been cars, or you couldn't drive down here. You know, this is just a normal left logs road. But just underneath that break, which is very interesting, you've got the break there, and just follow that break down. You know, just go straight down pretty much. And right here, there you go. This is just a stone. And it's just sitting on top of the pine needles. Now, somebody has to explain to me how that happens in nature, because I don't get it. It's quite, see, Kieran, he's just there. I can't see him. I can just make him out going through the woods, but if he turns now, he's gone. There you go. Step behind that tree and he's gone. And he's only a couple of, 20 metres away from me. It's just how thick the forests are and how difficult it is. Now this could be a natural break here that's pointing in this direction. Because it is soft, you see that's soft. You can just squeeze it, look. So it's rot. That's probably just rot. I do love the forests and woodlands in England. You get all these big humps of moss. If you take you down, things can hide behind all these humps, and this is all the way through the forest, just these big, huge humps of moss, bits of grass in them, and fairy mounds. Oh, let's go find Kieran. There's another break there on top of there. Again, it's probably rot. Something's broke that one up there as he's been walking through. Ah, there he is. Right, so ravens have just flown over us. This is a big sign when I find stuff. And the ravens just flown that direction. So I say we just follow it in there a little bit, in the direction they've just gone. Is it?
Yeah, I've just looked, mate. That's taking us back to the car park, that way. What we want to do is go to that patch there.
Right, well at least find where they've come from. Because I swear that there's some real strange coincidence between ravens. Every time I hear a raven, I'll find something if I follow them, or like I'll hear knocks coming from the same direction that they've gone, you know. Right, let's get into this thicker area because we don't want to head back yet. Oh god. The youths.
I don't know what it means though. What it means, mate.
I think that's the O for Odin rune. But that I don't know. I know that's the O. It's like Odin is O.
That's where I want to go, mate. Right in there.
I can't remember if that's a deer or no. Oh.
Yeah. We need to go right in there. There.
Right, that's where we're heading.
We're going to go now.
So, coming down this other loggers road now, we just push through a lot of the bush, and just as we wanted to sit down, here we go. This is really lovely rock. Again, that's probably been there no more than a couple of days with how fresh that is there. Another one, a very good sign. And it's actually in this forest. About 2 years ago I was with Kieran and we'd heard a rock clack coming from across the valley there on a night investigation. So, you know, it would make sense if there were rocks dotted around that they had easy access to. Yeah, let's take a sit down, Kieran. Kieran, explain this to me now.
I cannot explain.
Why is this rock on top of the pine? Can you explain that?
Where's it come from?
And there's another one right here, look.
Right next to it, that one.
But this one is in the ground. This is how I'd expect to find it, you see? But I've seen that a few times. You've got two together like that. Is that a way of clacking? If you're sitting here like that and you need to do communication...
Is that why the other one's pushed into the ground?
That's what I mean.
But
I want to test if it works.
Is there any marks that they've been banged together?
There is bits of white areas. Let me see. I mean, it's wet, like, kind of damp, but you can see bits of white. You can see there where something's hit.
Right, so try it. Try a clack and see if it makes any...
This is completely wet, so I can't tell.
Try a clack and see if it does anything.
And underneath... Should I try it? I hate doing it because I don't know what it means and I don't know what... You know what I mean? It could be a massive warning sign to them. But I'm going to see. I don't think it'll work because of vibration in the ground with it being in the ground, but let's have a see.
Not properly. Didn't fully reverberate.
I mean, at night though, that's the kind of indentation it would leave. If that's wet now, let's see what happens. Do you see that? Pretty much bloody disappears. You know, that's just gotta... See, it's pretty much disappeared. And if that's... At night, everything's louder. There's the indentation there. If I wet that... Let that soak in a bit. I mean, it's pretty much gone. I wonder if that's some... I know it sounds crazy, but if that's some kind of, like, wild communication device that we've just discovered there, dude.
Could be. Could be.
Because I've seen that now 2 or 3 times. And I tell you what else is sitting on top. And this is where I found it. I've never been able to record it. Is a piece of quartz. There's a piece of quartz just sitting there. Because I've seen that a few times now. I've seen a rock that's not in... The one rock sitting on top of the matter and the other rock's buried in the ground.
But there is, if you look over here, there is a little bit of a mound with rocks that are being washed out of it.
But these haven't been washed out or nothing. No. Not these here. Look how... That's on the high ground, dude.
Yeah.
That's all dry. That and that one there, that's like been put there like yesterday, 2 days ago. Maybe 2-3 days.
Like here,
I see what you mean. There's other stones here. Could they have been dug out from here though to be used over there? There is a nice quartz stone there. Again, that is sitting. That could have rolled out of there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice quartz stone. Again, just sitting pretty much on the pine needles.
There is, like, look, there's another one here.
Dude, I mean, I'd sit here in this pine needle stuff.
That's quite pressed in.
Dude. That looks like butt cheeks.
It does.
Do you see that indentation?
Yeah. Is it?
That looks like butt cheeks.
Look here, dude. No, look here. Look at all this. There's like another...
Yeah, that's like where something could have been sitting for sure.
Is it a deer though? There's a deer been lying down here.
Kind of a deer getting rocks out of the ground.
Yeah, but the rocks could just be a coincidence that are the
I know.
side.
Well, I know they lick them, to be honest, but because of the salts, could be. The squirrel's been here or something. Squirrel been eating things on the stump. Interesting place. I mean, if I was seeing that in the night time, I'd be a bit ill. Yeah. Right. See, there's another big rock there, look. Really everywhere.
They're just by the path here.
Yeah.
This is not long forward.
Oh, she's just come down not long ago. That's the thing when they cut out a loggers road. Things become weak and then they just bend over and get blown. You're letting wind tunnels up them. Dude, there's a really great twist here. Hold on, dude.
Oh yeah.
That could be something there. Something's been scuffing around underneath. And it's this. This is a different type of tree. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's a birch tree. Which was not a silver birch. Something's twisted that up at the top. Let me see if I can just put the camera in my hand. Hold on. Whether that's just weighed and then twisted it on itself. And it should have really been supported by this tree that's next to it. Ah, welcome to Cannock Chase. So here as well, I'd just like to show you. In summer, in like it'll be about September, you'll start to get bilberries, which are like a blackberry. And that's just a tiny patch, but you will get them. In Germany, the forest can be littered with them up in the north. And there are places here where I know there's a lot of bilberries, so it's a good food source. There's some right here, look. Bilberries. That'll all turn green, you'll get all the little blueberries on there. They're like a blueberry but a lot smaller. Oh, where's he gone? He's gone up in there. It's had a knot and then it just broke off over. Natural, that is. Going to an actual track here, so we'll just cut straight across that. Kieran's up there. I'm going to head off up into there. That's the great thing about having Kieran with me. Kieran's just like me, and he's I can just leave him. I know he's all right. He'll go off and find some stuff to film. He's of a like mind, so. He sees things like I do. When you think of the options of, something natural that it could be. Not everything's Bigfoot. Try to find the other possibilities first, Very sandy terrain. What's it? That's a root, I think, yeah. Heather. There's a lot of heather up in Staffordshire. once you get into the higher hills. They've just planted this new. Let's head into here though. Let's go find Kieran and see what he's finding. You getting anything?
You got this tree that's broken here, but obviously this is knocked it over.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So we know that's not anything supernatural.
Really want to keep looking out for these scratch posts. Something's come through here, you can see. They've just knocked that. It's been done a while ago. I'd love to hear a knock. European blackbirds that was. That's one as well. Yeah. Oh, drop it now. We found there, dude.
I think I was just I wasn't sure if it was some sort of
It's a print. Someone's come and just stepped right there, you see. Dude, that's a good find. That's an actual print, look. He's just taking the toes in the mud away. Dude, that could be a pup. Get the tape out, right, okay. Right, with a toe slide, I mean, give or take, you're looking at about 14 inches. You see how it's broke that heather down, split it apart there. The ball, probably about 5. The heel, probably about 4.5. So, it's definitely a mark. Did you see any more as you went through?
no, I've been looking.
There's a really small, dude, I mean, you've got this massive bend here. I mean, that could be the wind that's done that. Because we're on the edge of a low area. Hold on, dude. I'll be with you in a sec. Oh, I think it's just deer and rabbits, hares. He's just been chewing that and he's killed that. But what's that, dude? Let me have a look. Just moss.
Yeah, the way it was flipped over, it looked like a weird chunk of poo.
Oh, right.
Or like a weird one.
Yeah, someone's been digging it up there. I think it's been rabbits and hares. See how they've been, well, deer will do it, but see how they've been chewing the tops off?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a nice quartz stone. Nice bit of quartz. Like I say, I find the quartz it's often on top of the mat. It's just sitting there. Piece there. Here's a great piece, dude. Check that. Big piece of quartz. You're finding this more in England.
Yeah.
I find it in Germany, but it's usually a big piece of quartz in England, and it's be sitting on top of the ground. Yeah, here's a leaner. Kieran's on it, look.
Just resting.
Well, you've got that. Well, look there, you've got the one going across.
I mean, how's that? How has that got in there without? I mean, look how long it's been here. Look, it's worn down this bit here, as it's been locked in there. It's actually
Look
worn
at that.
down. So
Just click on the centre of my phone there.
So if you come round the other
It's
side,
hard from the light.
yeah, if you come round the other side, you might see it. But it's actually worn the log down here. Has it
Coming
there,
from this side. Because
here,
that's mad.
here, it's worn down here. Look. I think as this tree's been shaking back and forth.
Yeah, it's just been wearing down.
This is all worn in and locked in. All here.
So look at that key.
Look, that's all worn in. That's all worn as it's been, locked in the groove. I don't want to disturb it. I want to leave it in the same grooves,
No, exactly.
Like, I wanna
of
leave
course,
it
100%.
exactly as it was.
And right next to it there, you've got another leaner up that tree there. Look.
This one. Here's this one, groove. Look, you can see how it's been rubbing. Look. It's been rubbing against here on the side of the tree. You can see the bark there, as they've been touched against.
And again, both of them, they've got no roots. They're just sitting on top of the pine there, as you can see. See that? That's something, that.
Big shape, big structure. Good find.
Well, we've just had that potential print. We've got that big bend there. And then we've got this here.
I want to get through.
We want to get into the thicker areas because they've been obviously replanting some of these areas.
Oh, Jesus. This is like a
A mound.
of branches or something.
Yeah, careful you don't fall in there, dude. Right. Are we heading towards the road?
Yeah, we've got to cross over it.
Oh yeah, we're crossing over it into the next kind of area. Some deer scat there. One of my favourite plants, the heather. Should be all purple when it's my birthday, August.
That's a right clump of shit.
That's deer crap, that is. See, that's chunky nunky.
Yeah, look, we're in this weird little crescent moon of trees.
Right.
Pushing through till we come out the other side of it.
It's funny though, we can still walk through here even though... How tall are you, Key?
6 foot, we're 5'11".
5'11", 6 foot nearly. Yeah, someone's been killed here.
Well, I did say
Oh, this is a sparrowhawk. This is a sparrowhawk plucking post. It's where sparrowhawks have caught little, little sparrows, blue tits and great tits.
stand there and
Just come, yeah. Well, a male sparrowhawk, they're a lot smaller than a female. This is really interesting, yeah. And to mate, he has to leave a gift. right? And if he does, then she'll kill him.
Yeah.
So she has to leave her gifts until they can work out that she's not going to kill him. Then they'll mate and have babies together. So he leaves the gifts, but they have these plucking posts. That's the EMF reader.
Do I need to turn my phone off?
As long as you're not close, like close to it, it should work. Just keep trying to turn it on every 10 minutes or something. My problem is I always forget. This deer hair look key. Some bucks fighting lot.
It's not picking up my phone at all.
No. Getting your watch.
I don't have a watch on me.
Look at this key.
Oh, it is picking up my phone now.
Yeah. That's the deer that is fighting. It's a good place to look for antlers. Fairy Hill. Yeah, quite there actually to see deer in the UK. There's a lot of them, there's a few million. I think there's a couple of million at least. That's scat. That's made up of beetles. We're seeing this. This is scat that's made up of beetles. You just see beetles in there. It's not very big, I don't know what that is. It's a type of strange. It's at least about 4 inches. There's definitely like shells of what look like beetles, legs. Wondering if it's pine marten or something.
I'm going to find Sasquatch walking around the Bigfoot around the bike trail.
You won't, will you? Tell him, King. They've been proper cutting stuff out, haven't they? It's pretty shit.
Mate, think how big the thing is that's come through here to make these ruts.
I know, it's madness.
Proper digger. Come through here. Get through that.
Yeah, there's a little path there, look, little game trail, that's it. But I'm always looking in these areas because you find stuff, you know. I've just seen some bits of pottery. There's another little bit there. Yeah. Long time ago. You know, there's a bit there, look. Bit of a top, bit of a... Ravens. Oh, the ravens, they're there flying through the woods. One's just landed in the tree over there, Key. There's a raven in the top of that wood. I don't know if I'm filming the right. Hold on, Key, I'll be with you. There he is. What?
So I'm just going to go for a wee.
Oh, I haven't filmed you. I didn't say. I didn't even hear you. I just.
I said it's not supernatural, it's just natural.
Oh, I didn't hear. Oh,
Not
God.
paranormal, it's normal.
Just filming them ravens up there. Because I wanted to change my. Well, I wanted to put the background sound of some ravens.
Something's just moved through there. I don't know if it's a deer. Probably a deer. But it's like, I want a head. There, it's a deer, it's a deer, it's a deer. See it?
This is it.
See it?
There's a big one. I've seen a couple then. Oh, it's just spotted, Key.
So this is the sort of thing that Bigfoot's going to feed on.
Oh, that's it. I just don't see it, man. Stake on the paths. On Facebook. Key, look at that there. To your right. Bit of a break. Something's been coming through.
Might have been from the
Straight
deer
through
there.
there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some craziness. This is cool. This is natural, but really, it's a good. No, like
Scat.
yeah, that's a
It's,
rabbit. Have a look. It's a definitely a good eye catcher. Sometimes the natural structures, do you know what I mean? I think that they're drawn to. There's a cross there, but it's natural. It's just a fall. This is just natural. Tell you, man, in summer this will be tick central in this grass. That looks like an ant's nest. Maybe an old one. Not seeing none about, so.